Live.
What'd you just do? Hi!
Oh, hi, everyone. Just sorting out my hairdo. There we go.
Yes, you are.
Hi.
Oh, we look like so much closer.
TLC.
Okay, here we go. Now comments. Oh, goodness, that's us writing a comment. Okay, anyway.
Right. Hi, everyone.
Yes, TLC at 5.
TLC.
That was good. We should. Oh,
We did not plan that, actually.
No.
That was.
Oh, we should.
Cheers.
It's 5 o'clock. Not that we're endorsing daily or Monday to Friday drinking at 5. It's just okay. We should say we originally had thought we would say like wine with like the play on words. Wine with hey Megan. Oh gosh, there's so many going by. Wine. You gotta help me out.
Oh yeah, wine with Taunya.
Yes.
So the wine was WHINE and then parentheses around the H.
And wine.
So it'd be wine and wine.
Yes. And I love, because there's somebody that will be watching today that thought about having wine at noon because she was having such a rough time as a mama.
Right.
Which, of course, you're having a tough time as a mama right now because, well, everybody's having a tough time.
Yeah.
So we are chatting about Momma Guilt, and it's going to be specific to a question we received, and Linz hasn't seen it because I love it when I tell her these questions, and we're usually out on the deck or something, and then you'll just start organically talking, and that's what I want. I want us to have a discussion, and then we put the camera in front of you, and you're like,
I forgot what I said before. Yeah. Yeah. Back to you.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have so much wisdom in there, so
Oh, that's
they deserve it.
That's very kind. Thank you, darling.
Yes. Okay, you ready for the question?
Ready.
Okay, so to protect identity, it's all been hacked together. So
Okay.
she gets to enjoy reading this.
Oh.
You have to read it out.
Oh, am I reading it out loud?
Really? That's awesome.
Of course. The viewers don't know. Okay.
Wow.
All right. From the top. I have parent I'm sorry. I have parent guilt today. My daughter and I had a fight last night. It doesn't really matter of the details. It's how I showed up in the middle of the fight. I didn't listen to what she said. I went on defend and attack mode. I made what she said, what she was talking, I made what she was talking, complaining about me.
Which is super easy to do.
What she tripped into.
So what the person writing this tripped into.
That I'm a horrible parent. I don't do enough. I'm failing as a parent. I'm effing her up.
Okay.
Why? Oh yeah, okay.
And then the question is,
why as a parent do I feel the need to defend and attack? Wow. What a tough time.
yeah.
An experience for sure. And wow, I'm super excited that she reached out to you and knew to. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And one of the comments that isn't here also was that, am I alone in this? And heck no.
Yeah.
Not only are you not alone in this, you've heard me. Oh,
Yeah.
I love your heart. You don't get to see, but her eyes are teary.
They're a little moist.
Linz has heard me say the exact same thing. My worry about effing up my kids. My worry about, oh my God, I'm a horrible parent. I'm just totally sucking at this. And I know what to do. It's just that, we're human beings. Okay, so number one, you're not alone. Heck, no, you're not alone. And I hope any of you mamas out there watching this, and dudes, my expertise is in with women. Any of you out there watching this, let this person know that she's not alone. Her kids are a little bit older, teens, I think young adults. And yeah, so number one, you're not alone. Number two, super, super normal to trip into that belief system that, you know, I'm a bad parent, I'm effing them up, and all of that. It's also actually healthy to have mama guilt or daddy guilt. Guilt is healthy because guilt is talking about a behavior that you're not proud of. So when you said, I didn't listen to what she said, that's okay to have guilt about it. Shame, however, is about beliefs. And so that's what we would want to be able to address and clear out. Because is it true that you're effing her up? No. Is it true that you're, and I get to know because I get to see the other part of your post, which is where you're actually owning your part in this. So you didn't even get to see that. Because again, I'm just trying to protect this person's identity.
Sure.
So shame is when we start believing things about ourselves. I'm bad, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. That's shame, and that is where it's really important to get some help around. In the meantime, guilt is okay because it helps you have the congruency meter as to whether or not you need to course correct or maybe apologize for something. Okay? Your question: why as a parent do I feel the need to defend and attack? Well, first of all, you're freaking human. I'm guessing that most likely your daughter was, you said she was complaining?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I made what she was talking about, complaining about me. I would be really curious, my dear, to see. Usually we don't get defensive and we don't attack someone unless the language prompts that. Or if you've had like a really hard time, you're not feeling well resourced, and you take whatever they say and spin it. So just maybe be a little kinder to yourself about this whole idea. That I'm wondering if there's a rule for you that you can't be upset if you're from your daughter. Like if you have a rule that you're not allowed to be mad at them or be pissy, because, well, that's not human. And so if you have that rule, check it out. Be curious about it. Where did it come from? Is it serving you? All of that. Okay. And then when somebody's complaining or somebody is saying something about your character or about something that you've done and they're upset about it, it is very natural, your first thing, to defend, especially if they're saying you do this, you do this, you do this. Because our natural thing is to be like, oh, hang on. And then we stay in content. So with the steps, how do you manage when this happens again? Like how are you going to manage your reactivity? Because you're going to be reactive. Like we circle back about things all the time.
Yeah.
About the kids and a giant 6-foot teddy bear that is taking up our front hall. And there's reactivity there. So notice your reactivity when you're having an interaction with your daughter. And then if you're getting quite upset, and little kids too, especially if they are having a tantrum and you're noticing you're like, oh, I just want to throttle you, take a time out. Let them know, you know what, Mama's just going to go cool down. Like with the older ones, I'm going to go cool my jets. Or with the young ones, Mama's just going to go take a moment. Hi, Iris. And after that, come back and see if you can be curious. See if before you get back together with them, you can adopt a curiosity attitude about, well, what the heck is this all about? Why are they losing their shit right now in the kitchen, around me, on me, for me, whatever it is? So if you come back in being curious as to what's happening for them, you're more likely to hear other information that's being presented and to be distanced from it. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then something that works really well too is to reflect their words back to them. So if they are complaining about something, it would be, without passive aggressive, it would be to say back, like, what are you going to say to me? Complain about something. Dishes.
Oh, can we, put the dishes in the dishwasher?
I hear that it's important for the dishes to go in the dishwasher for you. Mm-hmm. Did I get that?
Yeah.
I'm also curious as to, I was picking up on like a little bit of snark there. Is there some snarkiness?
Yeah, there kind of was, because I kind of think
Yeah. So she got it really fast. Your kid is gonna be like, no, and you just keep reflecting back what you see. Reflect back their words, and ask. Don't be like, well, you're being snarky with me. Because what's that going to do?
Well, defend.
Yeah.
And throw back.
Up. Totally. Yeah. No, I'm not. All of that. So, time out. Come back with curiosity as to what the heck is going on here beyond what you initially were bombarded with. And then reflect what you're noticing, what you're seeing, and ask. Don't assume. Never assume. Especially not with kids. Especially not with tweens and teens. They hate being boxed and labeled and assumed about. Hate it. Because, if you think about it, their entire job right now is to differentiate. Their entire job is to figure out who they are, and it's important for them to feel like they're unique. So if you're putting them in a box and assuming things about them, they're done. Curious, reflecting, and then even more so, validate their experience. I know that validation is incredibly hard to do. Hi, Cheryl. Oh my gosh, from Texas. And Deb, hello. Can you capture that comment? It's really hard to validate when you're pissed or when you want to defend or show your point of view. So, one, we have validation training, free. It's a video about how and why it's important. It's on the website, TaunyaCraig.com. The homepage, we'll put a link below. So that validation training, awesome, do it. But why would you want to validate? Because the validation calms the emotional brain of the other person. So then the shitstorm that you're experiencing from them, especially tweens and teens, it's not about you anymore. You get to calm them by simply giving them the thing they need the most to be seen and heard. And you don't have to problem solve anything. So it takes anyone from a complete upset. Like we've experienced it. I've experienced it tons of times with my kids. Lynn's, even when you're new at this lingo and the steps, you were able to notice, remember the discomfort around wedding. And we had beautiful friends help us with food. But before, at the very initial piece, I was like, nobody's getting in on my business. This is my wedding. And I just went off. And you really got to see what validation did.
Yeah. That's true.
And that's all. Okay. Yeah. Is it because we anticipate their response based on past experience? Excellent question. There would be some of that. So what we naturally do in any situation, because we're wired to problem solve and to figure things out, we get a dopamine hit with that, which is a reward hormone, geeking out a bit there. When we are in a moment that we're having anything but joyous information coming at us, we scan the environment to make sense as to why all of a sudden do we feel uncomfortable. We're scanning the environment to see, do I need to do anything here? Am I safe? Am I unsafe? Is there, something that needs to be taken care of? In that scanning, that is our past experience. And we're actually no longer present because we're scanning our brain. We're in automation mode. where we're now going to act. So that's where my wonderful question person, that's where that reactivity comes in, right? You've been hijacked. You're all of a sudden in this part of your brain trying to figure things out, pulling up evidence from the past. And if it fits, then you're going to jump to conclusions. That's why we want to time out. We want to come back with a curious point of view, attitude, and then start to reflect back their words so that you're starting to get some clarity. And the best thing you can do is validate them. Okay? The reason I didn't say that only, I added the reflecting the words in, is because I respect that to go and do a 5-minute training video is an effort. And you might not be like, I don't want to do that right now. I get that. So reflecting back the words is very powerful as well. Oh, that's so awesome. There are ways of dealing with him. Take him over the ramp. She's talking about Mark.
Oh.
What else do we have here? Anything?
Well, I really like, I think it is, and the circling back. I really like that this person wrote, I didn't listen to what she said. So you knew. I love how you spotted that and felt that. And then to circle back, I mean, there's nothing wrong with apologizing and saying, hey, I messed up. Can we go back and talk about it? Right? Adults need to learn how to do that with their kids, I think.
100%.
Because of course you can't get it right every single time. I'm thinking back to when I was a kid. Well, not that I can remember a whole lot of incidents or situations, but yeah, I'm now in a place to kind of watch and see what this parenting thing's all about, and it's quite remarkable and amazing to watch.
Well, and you're experiencing it now,
right? And I love how you are, and we get to experience all of this, the circle back and the apologizing, and hey, I messed up, and then it's that conversation can start from that point. And I like the part that someone spoke to about anticipating what they're going to say. Oh my gosh, I really like when people aren't anticipating what I'm going to say, because it's going to be different. Heck, I change my mind throughout a day, right? And it's like, wait a minute, I changed my mind, catch up kind of thing, or I'm reacting differently because there's different information. Heck, things, even though we're in quarantine and things are all kind of weird, things are changing quite quickly. How we're reacting to things and how we're feeling about things is changing quite quickly. Because I can look out this window and think, everything looks pretty normal. But holy heck, if I was to go look at the news, that's a whole other story. So to be able to not anticipate and just to listen, I think I didn't listen to what she said, is so key.
And I love what you're saying about the circle back, right? So to go back and be like, hey, sweetie, can we do this one again?
Yeah.
I missed what you were saying. Can you help me understand what was your point of view? What was it that you were wanting me to understand?
And then the daughter can understand too what mom's going through.
Well, and she can feel important.
Yeah.
Right? The guilt, the mama guilt, because that's what this is all about, was that mama guilt is because realizing, I didn't listen. So going back and being able to go, hey, because what you're going to do is you're going to take care of the guilt so then it doesn't trip into shame. If you don't take care of the guilt, if you don't apologize, be accountable, then you don't get to return to a state of integrity. And then that's where the worries continue to be. Sandy's here. Danielle's here. Right on.
Nice.
Hi, everyone. We're having a little glass.
Cheers.
Aw. Sans, we're having our glass finally. And I know you have a kiddo at home and you guys are in quarantine. Yeah. Thank you so much for the question.
Really good question.
And let's share this, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that need to hear this, right? We are so stressed right now, so many parents, that are homeschooling, come on, you're not supposed to be teachers. And I got a whole opinion on that whole thing. Gift yourself on being a parent right now. Focus on being a parent, because if they miss 2 months of schooling, so what? I get it's important. I got a grade 12er right now. Hey, we have a grade 12er. I get it's important, but don't take that on as your sole responsibility. Let yourself be a parent and get support. Share this for people who need to hear this right now, how to deal with Momma Guilt. Circle in back. What did Iris say? I loved time out and circle back, because you are teaching them to use the same skills in their interactions.
So
100%.
true. Gosh, that's a good one.
100%. We model. So we wish that we could lecture to our kids and teach them that way. Science, evidence has proven they don't get taught that way. They will take in, when they're in trouble for things and they're supposed to do things, they'll start to fall in line. And you want to ask yourself, is that what you want for them? Some of you are like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Versus modeling from a place of integrity, a place of authenticity, and showing them that it's okay to mess up. Because in this time, and especially when I was raising my kids, I was a helicopter mom for the first 10 years, and I didn't want them to mess up. I didn't let them learn what it's like to mess up. So mess ups as a tween and a teen were really big deals for them. Let them mess up, and you get to model what it's like to clean up your mess. Yeah. Yay!
Those are great.
I love that you
Nice
said
messages.
that. Anything else there? Hey, Fip.
Yo.
What's up? That's awesome.
I love that.
Okay, and this applies to every relationship. Aw, thanks, Iris.
Thank you.
We love these daily chats.
We do too.
We really appreciate the feedback, because it's like, okay, what are we gonna do next?
Yeah, and more questions.
Yes.
Send them over. Send
Yeah.
them over.
Send them from your friends, send them
Yeah.
whatever. As you saw, where's Lynn's had to read for the first time this. I'm not showing you the writing and stuff, but it's pieced apart so that it's confidential. We respect that this is, this is personal stuff. But guess what? You're not alone. Holy Hannah, every single one of us gets to face not feeling good enough, not feeling important, not feeling worthy, not feeling like what you're doing matters. We all touch in on that time and time again. Okay, so let's support each other. Let's just make sure that we're helping. So please share this. Please. Go to TaunyaCraig.com, get that validation video, and 5 minutes. That's all it is.
And grab the newsletters too. We email them once a week.
Yeah, with more tips.
Yeah.
All right. Yay. Thanks, babe.
Right on.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your heart. You have such an incredible heart. I'm going to do this more often. You're like, surprise, here's your question.
Just read it out loud first.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Share it.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for checking in.
Yes, very good, Deb. Yes, self-discipline must be intrinsic, not from result of external pressures. True about all things in life, yes. If you're trying to be somebody for others, you don't have a chance of figuring out your authenticity. And we don't want that for our kids. So let's let them figure out who the heck they are. And it's hard as a parent because they're messier and bigger and they make a lot of mistakes. And that's when we can trip into that. I'm making a mistake as a parent. I know that one super well. So if you got questions, send them over. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, we will.
Yay. All right.
Right on.
Have a great
Thanks, everybody.
evening.